He loves, and he's always loved. So that's the difference. The incomplete, their tenses when they write their are these tenses: completed action, incompleted action. They don't think of time like we think, and just being able to grasp that is a major beginning to what we're going to grasp, because there's even more ways to understand the Hebrew understanding. And when we understand it, then we understand the intent of this, what Paul just said in that house.
There are always to be doing.
We are, or we aren't.
I like the way you use the analogy of the pen.
Yeah. Well, I stole that from Mr. Brenner.
Yeah. Good thought.
Real quickly, I'm going to just go over some other abstracts in the language, because we're going to use those as we continue to study. And I don't expect you to grasp them, but I do expect you to try. And what do we do when Mark says something and we don't agree?
Wait,
You look up. Look at us.
Yeah. What Chia said. Chia said we push you.
Yeah, we push. We go to the Father and say, Father, could that guy be even saying the truth? Show me the truth, right? That's what we do. Because as your brother, I profess to know truth, but this is truth that you may not know. So your responsibility is to say, Father, is he right? And if so, show me. And if he's wrong, show me that too, so I can correct my brother. That's what we should always be doing. That's a Berean. Concrete thought and abstract thought. Okay, so what is abstract thought?
I think Stephanie's good at that. But she's an artist. That just seems very artistic.
Yeah, and it's great.
Like you pointed out, black and white.
Yeah. So we think of thought as abstract. Matter of fact, Greeks think of abstract thought. So we go, I think that might be true. Well, how do you define think? I believe that might be true. How do you define belief? These are abstract ideas. That's a Greek concept. We all have those ideas. Mark, what do you think about Jesus? Well, I think he may be true. That's an abstract thought. What does the Hebrew think? He thinks in what's called concrete. Concrete thought means that you can prove it, or it's revealed by the five senses. Got him new, huh? Five senses. So they express concepts and ideas. The Bible's being expressed in concept and ideas in what can be seen, touched, smelled, tasted, and heard.
But not all in one.
But they'll use those senses to say something. So what is that? What is that book in the Bible where Solomon's talking about his lover?
Oh, yeah.
And he says your breasts are like pomegranates. You see, that is concrete. They know what a.
That's not abstract.
No, this is where no, but this is concrete. Why? Because they know what pomegranates are. They're very desirable. They're perfectly sized. They do their work, whatever. So they add these characteristics to what they're describing, and they all understand them. So when they say you, and you'll see this in Isaiah and Psalms a lot, and say, and your love is spread like the or you reveal your heavens like the tent of my mother. What? But if you are in a Bedouin tent, and they're still made today the same way they were made when they wrote this 3,000 years ago, they're made with goat hair. And that goat hair is all sewed together and it's stretched over the top. And in the daytime, you can see these little dots. And at night, you can see these little dots, and you can see outside all the skies right through the tent. But when it rains, the goat hairs go together and they get pitch black. So what they'll use to communicate God's power in his creation is it's like looking through a goat tent. See, that is concrete because they see that.
Or like the wine press.
Or like the wine press. So when they explain something, they're using these concepts and ideas, and that's what the Bible's all about. Concepts and ideas is why we struggle with it. They do it in concrete ways. So if we want to understand it, we have to understand how they saw it and what made it fit their senses, their touch, their smell, their taste, and their heart. Now, and you're right, I think of that as abstract, but that's actually concrete because they think of it in stuff they know. Think of it that way. Yeah, concrete to them. That's right, and that's the way the teachers say it. But we think of it. We can divine it. We explain new things by their physical characteristics, right? Hey, Steph, that glass there. How would you explain that glass?
The glass is solid and the water is liquefied.
Yeah, and it's half full, right? Okay. Now that is the Greek mentality. You're explaining it by abstract. What is half full? What is liquefied? What is silicone? Things like that. Where Hebrew would say that glass, that's like the rivers of Shalom. Because they know that glass is holding water just like the water at Shalom that they drink. See, there's the differences. So I only bring that as an introduction.
As being concrete.
Yeah, because it's hard.
Yeah, it is concrete to us,
Yeah.
and it would be abstract to them.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
in reverse.
So we have to rethink.
And we'll discuss this more and more because as we dig into God's word, we want to be able to.
It's like Chaucer and Dante. It's like, how can you grab? You know what I mean? It's just like.
And we don't think that way. So.
Like who?
Well, Chaucer and Dante, all those people that wrote in those, like Beowulf and all those. I don't know, Shakespeare or whatever. You know, all those old
Right.
people where you're like, what in the world is that?
Yeah.
You know, just like.
Well, and Paul, right here in this Hebrew or in this Ephesians, is using the concrete methods. He is explaining the pictures. And anyway, so.
Rose never smelled so sweet.
Yeah, Rose never.
Yeah, I have a hard time with Shakespeare.
Well, now think of it as being concrete, and it might make sense.
Well, you don't want to read Song of Solomon.
That's concrete.
Their Song of Solomon is the true Hebraic understanding. Yeah. True Hebrew. I mean, and it's all over Psalms. Once you start thinking and grasping these little ideas, you start to see it. Then you can say, okay,
So you're pulling yourself away from the Greek definitions and the Greek words in Scripture?
No, well, I do both because my
Because
purpose.
you're on another path right now.
Yeah, my purpose.
Usually you go straight to proving things with the Greek, the words and what they mean.
Yeah, I'm going more to the Hebrew because if they're written in Hebrew, you're right about
So
that.
is that the right path?
It's all the right path. Because what is the path?
Narrow.
It's righteousness.
Yes! It should be right with the Father, right? And so how am I right with the Father? I just do what He tells me to do. He guides me this way, and then He guides me this way. But the purpose is so that we can understand His words the way He wanted us to understand them. Aspirin for everybody.